Hello, and welcome to Dead Space Remake on Impossible mode. This is the final chapter of the game, and I actually love how they redid the final chapter, because in the original you had to just drag the marker through the entire level, and it was basically a glorified companion quest or escort mission. In this game, it's kind of the same, but it's much less of a hassle. This final chapter more or less acts like a horde mode, because they just throw a lot of enemies at you at every chance they get.
This is Sergeant Bram Newman. PSEC evacuation report. The shuttle's gone. Took off and then crashed right back down into the bay. Took a whole crowd with it. Must be 100 people dead. We've lost the rest of the shuttles. God help us. There's no way out. Anyone hearing this, do not land. I repeat, do not land on Aegis 7. Fuck the Ishimura. They left us to die.
Yeah, Dead Space Extraction goes into more detail about what happened here in the colony. I never played that myself, but it does add a lot of extra context and lore to the game. Let's go ahead and sell some of this, because we don't need it. Sell that. Buy a power node, because why not? Now, you're going to want to be careful opening this door. Infectors are on the other side, so be prepared for that. Let's see.
The marker signal changes us, recombines us, but there's a dead space in that signal. Around the marker itself, the eye of the storm. They can't stay in it for long.
I've seen it. With this pedestal. Why there?
It amplifies. The marker's pulse will be felt across the planet. The dead will sleep, and the living will see what can't be forgotten.
Yeah, once again, I keep forgetting the spawn points. When you open this door, be prepared for the necromorph that spawns right on top of you here. Oh, before I go, let's upgrade. Yeah, remember, this is literally endgame, so there's no point in being stingy with your money. Just get as many upgrades as you can. In the original game, they actually spawn a divider here, but in the remake, they spawn a spitter here for some reason. Anyway, make sure you're ready for this next part because the game's gonna throw everything at you.
Warning, unknown biohazard detected. Quarantine in progress.
And there you go.
Lifting quarantine.
Always
Do you
helps.
miss them, Isaac?
Kelly and team. Yeah.
And your parents? Your mother was a unitologist. She believed.
She believed so much it killed her. Is this what she would have wanted?
If she did, would that make this easier?
Maybe it's a good thing I'll never know.
Sorry about the Discord notification. But the dialogue there will change depending on what you do in the story. Pretty sure if you do not follow Nicole's investigation, she'll have different lines there, as well as if you do the secret ending. But, yeah. If I can say anything about this game is that it's by far one of the greatest remakes ever made. Right up there with Resident Evil 4 Remake. Resident Evil 2 Remake was really good as well. Just really well done in it, almost every single way.
Isaac, there's no power in this section. The marker won't move. We're losing time.
It's okay. Hit test connection. What's it say?
Power failure detected. Tether generator. Gravity control.
One of the ground side gravity tethers. Lost the power. I'm on it.
Please hurry. We can't fail now.
Ow. Ow. Yeah, I kind of went ham with my ammo there, because there's really not much of a reason to hoard all it this late in the game. Although I will get some health there. Make sure to get this Master Override box here.
Logging security card.
Get those power nodes so you can upgrade any stuff that you may want to upgrade. Get all the ammo here.
Now entering tether control. Cross-contamination field engaged. Warning. Main power interrupted. Tether generators are offline.
Right, so this is another completely new area, complete change. Because this was not here in the original at all.
Emergency elevator offline. Notifying maintenance.
So this part's pretty simple. You're just gonna need to do a zero gravity section here and fly all the way up there. Just get all the batteries here.
Power restored to central generator. Power restored to east generator. Power restored to west generator. Power restored to tether generators. Ready for restart.
So let's restart this. You're gonna want to be very careful going up
Restarting
here.
tether. Now entering zero gravity.
You've done it, Isaac. Power is flowing again. Come back to the marker quickly. The excavation site's just up ahead. Make us whole.
Right, so as far as I know, you don't need to use stasis on these. I'm gonna do it anyway just in case. You're gonna want to take it very slow on this section to avoid a very embarrassing death. Whew. I don't think you need to destroy all of those tentacles either. Just do it anyway, just in case. But yeah, take it slow in that section to avoid dying.
Exiting zero gravity.
And prepare yourself for this next part because you're gonna have a mini boss fight here. nice. Not gonna lie, I usually mess up that part and almost die there because I'm always underprepared, but if your weapons are upgraded and you're quick on the draw, you should be just fine. More plasma cutter ammo because we did use a lot there. Again, there really isn't a reason to keep all that money. I mean, even if you're doing a new game plus run after this, it's very easy to save up money in this game after you beat it the first time. This is another new area for the remake. Let's go get the items over here. And now watch out, because enemies will spawn right here. Situations like that is where the flamethrower is really helpful, because you're not going to be able to run it in this muck. And if you want to save on ammunition for your other weapons, the flamethrower is really helpful. Gonna want to be careful here. A divider will spawn once you destroy this tentacle. I always like to lay traps there. Any day now. So that's the end of that section. Press that button, and we'll continue on. Yeah, this is much less of a hassle than in the original. Because in the original, you'd have to drag it manually, and it's a pain in the ass.
almost there, Isaac. Get the marker to the pedestal. Hurry!
Careful, there is a tentacle that spawns here. Just make sure to back up and then shoot it. And if you'll notice, the closer you get to the pedestal, the more panicked Nicole gets. You'll see why soon. But prepare for a fight here, because this is the hardest part of the level. Remember, the marker stasis them as well, so you can use that to set traps. Pretty much farming items at this point. We are almost there.
Please, Isaac! The hive mind is coming! You have to make us whole! Alright, so prepare yourself, because once you push that button, a lot of enemies are going to spawn. Pretty sure there's one more tentacle here, though. Once you do, once I press the button, I usually like to run back over here. Set a trap right there. And here. And here too, because why not? And when that gets close, just take him down with the flamethrower. Now reunited with the pedestal.
Hold on, Nicole. Kinda busy at the moment. Alright, let's do this.
We're whole again. We are whole.
Emergency. Geo-orbital gravity tethers offline. Tectonic load released. Impact imminent. All personnel, evacuate immediately.
The payload. I'll restart the tether. Buy us time.
No.
Error. Rerouting gravity tether controls.
Come on, come on.
Forget it, Isaac. There's no fixing this.
Let her go, Daniels.
Let who go? Can't you see how delusional you are?
We've got to go. The payload from the planet crack is about to fall.
I gave you a chance to come around, Isaac. But if you still won't see it, I'll help you. One last time.
Rig-link override.
This time, watch to the end.
Isaac, it's me. I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I just wish I could talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening. Strange. Such a little thing. Just had a talk. That's all this research was in the end. Not much, is it? Just had to make it listen when he begged for convergence. But I had a different prayer. It spoke. And then it listened. Make this stop, I said. Maybe it understood, but... I can't return what was taken. Why can't I see you again, Isaac? I loved you. I always loved you.
Jeez.
She's Elizabeth Cross. That scientist from hydroponics. You both saw what the marker wanted you to see. Jacob Temple for her, and Nicole for you. Jacob. No.
No, she can't be. What the hell did you do?
You did this to yourself. Nicole's been dead this whole time. You just couldn't handle it, could you? Because if she's gone, at least now it'll be in safe hands. The marker won't turn anyone else into its puppet. Give me the loader remote.
No. It's over. We're whole again.
For God's sake, I'm not going to ask again, Cross.
No! Enough people have died!
Then just do it. I've got nothing left to lose.
Cross!
It's better this way, Isaac. You'll never recover from what the marker's done to you. And when the tectonic load drops, all this will be buried. Just like Earth Gov wanted.
Absolutely love
Warning.
that plot twist.
Seismic activity increasing. Evacuate to safe location.
Very awesome plot twist. I like the change.
So, I can still make it before she leaves.
Genuinely was surprised how they changed up the ending there, or the plot twist with Nicole. Whereas in the original game, it was just a simple hallucination. This one, it was an actual person that he was hallucinating, with Elizabeth Cross and everything. Really cool. Very well done. Because I remember reaching this part in my first playthrough and wondering where the heck did Elizabeth Cross go, and then they dropped that bombshell, and it was just so super cool. Right, but now it is time for the final boss of the game. Pretty easy, much like the first game's final boss, but with some stuff added. Some extra stuff added in between. Just make sure you're stocked up on ammo and health. Again, it's not a hard boss. In fact, it's probably one of the easiest bosses I've ever, or final bosses I've ever had in a video game. But still a good idea not to underestimate it, in case we do an oopsie and actually do die, which would be funny for the final chapter of the game. So you're going to want to go ahead and upgrade any remaining stuff that you have for your weapons. Same goes for health, armor, anything that you wanted to upgrade. I suggest you do it right now. Might as well just completely upgrade the plasma cutter, because why not? Top myself up with health. And we should be good to go. Let me just get this, make sure we're ready. And let's finish this.
Isaac. I mean it.
Daniels! The hive mind. Grab my hand!
Isaac.
As you can see, it's not exactly a difficult boss. Mostly just moving left and right until he reveals his weak point. Great opportunity to use the contact beam, because it does a lot of damage. So hopefully you saved up a lot of ammo. Yeah, it's cool that they added new stuff to this boss. But it'd be much harder if they had necromorphs coming at you constantly throughout the whole fight to make it a little bit more intense. Still though, the 3D modeler must have had a field day sculpting and modeling this thing. And that, my friends, is a GG. Pretty easy boss, not gonna lie. But let's get the heck out of here. Not sure why I paused there.
Isaac, it's me. Oh, I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I wish I could just talk to someone.
And there you have it. That is Dead Space Remake on impossible difficulty. I know I've already said it before, but I genuinely think it's one of the best remakes ever made. It was a blast overall just replaying through this game, which oddly enough was a part of my childhood. I remember beating the first game, the original Dead Space, countless times. Beat Dead Space 2 countless times, Dead Space 3 countless times. But this may just be my favorite, my new favorite Dead Space, or at the very least, very close. Because I think Dead Space 2 is the best one. But as far as horror goes, Dead Space 1 is just the scariest game of the franchise, in my opinion. And the remake just pays so much homage and respect to the original. It's just really well made. I think the only few nitpicks I have about the remake is some of the voice acting and line delivery for Hammond or Dr. Kyne. Other than that, though, pretty much everyone did a fantastic job making this game. It was a blast playing through it, and it's not shown on YouTube, but I've played through this game at least three or four times now. This is like my fourth time, and despite not many people seeing it on YouTube, it still was very fun to record and everything. It taught me a little bit about video editing. It taught me a little bit about commentary, because I don't really do commentary. It's not really my thing, but I thought I'd do it for this game because it's one of my favorite games of all time, and I know enough about it to at least make a few comments about it and help others who may not be as savvy with the game. There's still stuff, obviously, that I need to learn. I'm not like a speedrunner or professional or anything, but yeah, I do pride myself in knowing a lot about this game. It is one of my most played games of all time, or at least the most played franchise in my Steam library. But hopefully this helped you in your impossible run. Hopefully this, at the very least, was entertaining enough to see through. Impossible mode isn't exactly that difficult as long as you've played the game before, because my first playthrough of this game was on hard mode, and then I played on impossible. But impossible is literally just hard mode, but with one save slot and permadeath. So if you die once, you die for good. And in my first playthrough, the only death I've ever had was the part where you have to deal with the nuke on the USM Valor, and that was because I was being an idiot and decided to shoot the exploders, which just blew me up, and which was hilarious. But yeah, it's as long as you know what you're doing and are relatively savvy with third-person shooters, it's not difficult at all to get through this game on impossible difficulty. Just more or less know where the scripted spawns are, and then you should be fine. By the time you reach like the last 3 or 4 chapters of the game, you're pretty much good to go. It's just it's just the first half of the game where it gets a little dicey because you don't have any of the upgrades or suits or anything. But once you get the upgrades on your plasma cutter and secondary weapon of choice, as well as upgrades on your suit for your health and whatnot, the game pretty much plays itself. It's not difficult, but it's really fun. Whereas other people, grew up with Resident Evil 4, I grew up with Dead Space. So this is basically my Resident Evil 4. I just love it a lot, and again, it's was really, it was a blast. It was really fun making this commentary, despite a lot of hiccups and crappy audio and a few mistakes here and there. It was definitely a fun learning experience. But yeah, I hope you all, to anyone watching this, I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. I hope this helps you in your potential impossible runs that you may have in the future. And I'm not sure which game I'll be doing next. Probably be without commentary, but we'll see. Thanks again for watching, and hopefully to see you again in the next one. Let's skip to the end credits here, see if there's anything that pops up after the credits. I don't think there will be, considering I beat this game multiple times. I've pretty much got all the secrets. I think there's only one achievement I have yet to complete before I platinum this game, but there really isn't that much for me to complete in this game as of now, because I've pretty much done everything. Suppose I could just skip the credits. Yeah, there you go. Chapter 12 completed, 50,000 credits, 10 power nodes, text logs, the advanced soldier rig, the burner suit, and the hand cannon for beating it on impossible mode. Let's go ahead and save this. And officially put an end to this playthrough. And that ought to do it. Thanks again for watching, and hope to see you in the next one.